What's been the most challenging aspect of the season?
I think just the ups and downs of the year, like when you feel like we could be doing more as a group, and you think we're underperforming what our potential could be. There's not like a certain point of that. I think it happens every now and then. Sometimes it lasts longer than other times, but that's a challenge, right? Because you always want the best for your teammates, you want the best for the team and the outcome. And I think like when you feel like you have more and you're underperforming, that's never like a great feeling. So that's definitely a challenge.
From your perspective, does this seem like a tight-knit group?
I think this is a tight-knit group, you know. There's a lot of different personalities on the team.
Puppy's better lift more than that.
That's why he's got that little poodle cut.
That's so sad, dog.
They're giving you a hard time, dude.
That's what it's all about. You gotta push through it.
Just scratch him behind the ear.
I think you bring it all together and it just creates a family and it creates that bond that I think this team does have.
A lot of fake tasks. He's a puppy. To me, he's a puppy. To Vuk, I'm sure he's a big dog. But
he's a dog. Benny's feelings are just hurt.
To me, he's a puppy.
There's not a guy in the locker room that no one likes or anyone doesn't like. It's such a tight-knit group, and everyone, like I said, is so comfortable around each other, and everyone's like is not afraid to make mistakes for the next person, and you kind of just want to work hard for the person next to you.
With how close you guys are, can that affect accountability?
Yeah, I would say so, and I think it's something we've struggled with a little bit. Like, guys don't want to get in each other's faces and be like, hey, do this. The coaches have also harped on that. Like, in order to be great, like a great team, we got to hold each other accountable, so we're starting to do that more.
What kind of team is Lincoln? What were you guys expecting?
Well, first of all, they compete really hard, so you got to give that to their coach and just the way they do things. I thought they were hard in basically every battle, and they have some really high-end talent that produces a lot. So I think we were obviously looking into that a lot. They have a couple guys who kind of light up the score sheet.
We all know that we're in kind of a slump right now.
Bit of a tough couple of months for the Lumberjacks, by Lumberjacks standards, of course. A couple of struggles in the middle of this season for the Lumberjacks. In fact, it's the same exact position that the Jacks found themselves a year ago.
They're still finding themselves in a playoff spot. There's still a month left of the season. We'll see what has to happen here in the last month or so.
It's at least a good reminder of don't hit the panic button just yet.
We know what we have to do and that we all have to be bought in because we all believe in there that we're going to make a run at it.
How are we feeling about the season right now?
I think we've probably felt better at times, but I think that's what comes when you play 62 games. there's stretches where you're going to feel better about how things are going, and stretches where, you know, sometimes maybe pucks aren't going your way, or, you know, you lost a little bit of your jump.
For the strategy type of perspective, they're saying, you know, get pucks off quicker and stop being so perimeter. Like, we want to go to the net harder. I would say they're hammering that most into our heads right now is shoot the puck. Like, I don't know if you saw practice today, but we're doing a 3-on-2 drill, and it's just like shoot, 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 and crashing that essentially. So at the end of the day, the more you do it, the more it's going to become a habit, and then when you get a puck on your stick, you're going to be more likely to shoot it. So
the last couple games we've struggled a little bit, especially at home lately, but I think we're aware of the way we've been playing, and I think everyone's committed to trying to turn it around and play better. I think a lot of it's just focusing on what we need to work on, some new, like some different options they're presenting us with. But as a group, I think, you know, we have a good opportunity this Friday against Chicago, and obviously we owe them. The last, I think, 3 of the last 4 against them we've lost. So I mean, we just know as a group, like when teams beat you like that, when we feel like we can play better than them, I think, you know, we know in there as the players, like, we have more to give, and we're hoping to turn that around and right the ship. I think we're ready for the weekend.
The Muskegon Lumberjacks, you know, they're still doing what they can to stay inside that top 6, and give credit to them. Yes, it's probably not fun right now for a lot of them. It's frustrating, but you just got to stick with it. And good teams find ways to not only win games, but to make the playoffs. And now is a perfect time to find that stretch and get hot. I mean, you saw what they did last year. They're the 4 seed, and they won it all. So it tells you how deep the league is, just because a 4 seed, a 5 seed could win it, a top seed could win it as well. But that just shows you how much parity is in the league with how good it is.
Here's Carter working in the middle of the ice, down low, fired on, they score! Vandenbosch, nice and early. The Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead. Back across the crease, the pass too hot to handle. It comes into the neutral zone and right back in. Here's Kozda, works to the middle and scores. One rush. Sanderson near side. Fires on, he scores! 2-on-1. Here's Blanchard. Backdoor, they score! Nate Larioza. Drew leaves off for Larioza. Centered for Benson. Across the way, Navani. Back up to Stewart. A one-timer, he scores! Hey, Chicago, you just got
Great job, guys. I think that's the standard, right? We talked about, you know, being a little bit stiffer defensively. Don't need to go out and get extra goals. We're already up 4-1. Shots are 19-6 in the 3rd period. Some guys stepped up too. Okay, again, that's a standard. That's just one on the weekend, but tomorrow we're hungrier for more, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, great work, boys. That's how we do it. Collie, welcome to the team. Yeah.
Let's go get him tomorrow.
With the postseason arriving quickly, what are you guys trying to dial in? What are you preparing for? How are you doing?
Just being consistent, you know, like there's been games where like Sioux City, we were down 6-0 in the 1st period. You know, like just being consistent to where that doesn't happen, and we're always the team that starts hot, stays hot through the 2nd, stays hot through the 3rd.
we gotta trust each other more. On the back end, we got great goalies, so there shouldn't be any mistrust there. And then we just gotta trust our D to make plays, and the D gotta trust us to pinch, and we'll fill for them. And I think that's where it all starts, is trust. We just gotta trust that everyone really wants to win, and then we'll make the run.
I think a lot of it is not being too fancy. So I think just being a little more direct with our play, because ultimately in playoffs, like, teams are going to be so dialed defensively, and they're probably not going to give a lot up. So it's got to be, you know, making the extra pass might not be the best play, just because, you know, teams have been so focused on the defensive details. And then defensively, it's kind of the same stuff, just harping on good sticks, like playing hard, similar stuff. But offensively, I think a lot of it is kind of, like I said, getting to the hard areas, like being a little bit more direct with our pucks.
We're fighting for a spot. Maybe like it could go both ways, but I know our group, I have confidence that we're the best and that we're gonna win out. So I think it's a huge momentum boost for us coming into this weekend versus Madison, and then U18, and then the season from there.
How important is your role and expertise to help them have a deep run?
I think it's, you know, very important. You know, we're not just throwing workouts at them, you know, throughout the year. You know, hey, get stronger, or hey, maintain what you did throughout the summer. We're really trying to purposefully build their bodies as we go, and then as we get close to, you know, the end of the season, get to where we're just firing on all cylinders, you know, being very explosive, very powerful. And I think if you kind of look at the data, you can see that shift, you know, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season with a lot of these guys.
You talk to me about Derek. How's it been working with him this season?
Unreal. Like at the start of the season, I would go in there and ask him, you know, like, what can I do to kind of catch up, or maybe just get better at what I'm already good at. And
There you go, Burge.
he's super great at individualizing things. If you ask him like to do something that you want to work on, he'll take his time, he'll go out of the way and make sure that you're taken care of. And he's got the entire team to look after, so he's a hard worker. He's great, and he has fun with it too.
Would you say that he's an important cog to the machine that is the Lumberjacks?
100%. He helps us immensely, and you know, you develop on the ice with the great coaches we have, but you also develop off the ice throughout the year with D, and he's such a big part of it.
That getting you? Gotta get some stronger fingers in here, Stiffy.
For you, what's it been like working with this specific group of guys this season?
Yeah, I think it's fun. You know, each group brings their own dynamic or their own personalities, but
You got it, boy.
you know, every year I think back and it's like, you know, I'm gonna miss this group when they're gone, and feel that same way about these guys.
Let's go.
Some USHL Friday night action as the Lumberjacks and Capitals each look for some very important points. Both teams need them for two very different reasons. For the Lumberjacks, you're trying to keep pace in the top of the standings. You're 3 points out of second. You're also 1 point out of fifth place, while the Capitals are looking to hold off Chicago for that final playoff spot when we get to the Clark Cup playoffs.
Both desperate teams, and like you said, points are a premium this time of the year, and you'd like two, but even one goes a long way when it's all said and done. But the goal is two.
Here comes Rudy to the offensive zone. Drops off for Stewart and back behind the net. Weird Karam Sanderson put it just wide. Behind the net was the netminder Heil, and Sanderson didn't have much of an angle to shoot at. 12 seconds to go in regulation. Belushko drops for it. Takes it down in the corner. Bergeron back to Belushko in front. The errant pass comes back to the neutral zone and all the way back to the Muskegon end to put an end to regulation and send Madison to the win column here in Muskegon. Alongside Ryan Campo, Ezra Janello with you. Ryan, the Lumberjacks and Muskegon Community College partnering up tonight. It is the centennial season for MCC here in the 15th anniversary season of the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see what they've grown and developed so many different ways and so many different opportunities for kids looking to get out into the workforce, and no better way to have it right in your backyard here in downtown Muskegon.
Bit of a stunning loss for the Lumberjacks last night, but it's also a story that you and I just keep talking about all second half of this season. A slow start for the Lumberjacks that just put them in a hole too big to climb out of.
Hey, you expect a better start tonight. You do love the push that they had in the final 20 to get some momentum into this evening's contest, but yes, nonetheless, you got to start fast tonight.
We're underway here on Saturday night. Face-off won by Madison, regained by Yonerheim, now Benson ahead for Stewart. The offensive zone, Drew Stewart, a nice play, though Holyoke, a better play, clears the zone, and here comes Tang, all alone, Michael Tang, fired on, turned aside by Axelson.
I like that from that first line. Grabbing the bull by the horns, knowing the fact that fast starts haven't been in your forte the last month or so. Start that engine quick and keep it rolling.
Battle continues and comes away with Capel. Off for Tang, semi-breakaway to his forehand, he scores! No, it went off the post. The call on the ice is no goal. Back down for Greba, back door, a great save by Axelson.
You like Muskegon weathering that storm from Madison that they threw at them. Get back to your physicality. The game started to open up a little bit. We saw it favor Madison. Grind away.
The Jacks have numbers again, moving far side. Pushes out in front, they score! Drew Stewart, a great redirection, gives the Lumberjacks a 1-0 lead. Off for Stout, 2-on-1 rush. Tang near side, back to Stout, fired on, a great save by Axelson, but not out of danger yet. Fry fires on, Axelson blockers aside. Up top, Curtis to the middle, fired on, Axelson the save, Greba couldn't bang home the rebound. It comes back out in front, Bukas clears the danger and gets some applause from the crowd. Here comes Stout, he sends it in, Axelson stops it behind that, plays it near side, has to make a save and does, on his way back out in front. Here's Novotny, far side, 3-on-1 rush, Novotny fires and scores! Off the back bar, Melvin makes it 2-0 Muskegon. Sanderson picks it up, leaves on for Burns calls, behind the defense, Rudy to the empty net, 3-0 Lumberjacks. 4 seconds to go, and the Lumberjacks punch their ticket to the 2026 Clark Cup playoffs. A big, commanding 3-0 win over top of Cedar Rapids, and a big, commanding 3-0 shutout for Carl Axelson.
Unbelievable job by everybody. Okay, like whether you had a point, whatever it was, we found a way to make an impact. That was a team game. And some of you guys don't know in this room, the defense that you guys do is we talked about it a little bit. Okay, Jimmy and I kind of challenged Axel a little bit this morning, okay, and he gets a shutout.
Great job today by all of you, especially the decor. Thank you for this, and I'm gonna give it to Stu.